Today on HandyDadTV, I'm going to introduce you to Nanoleaf's permanent outdoor lights. These are new for 2024. And if you've been holding off on putting permanent outdoor lights on your house, this is the product you've been waiting for. I'm going to explain why and compare them to a very popular brand coming up. Welcome to HandyDadTV. I'm Chris Heider, your virtual dad in the cloud, and today I'm going to introduce you to Nanoleaf's permanent outdoor holiday lights. These are RGB, any color holiday lights that you've seen a lot of different brands of for the past couple of years. And in some ways, these are a little bit copycat, but they've got some features that set them apart from all the others. Taking a closer look at the box here, you can see this is a 30-meter set. They come in 15 meters, 30, and 45 meters, which roughly translates from 50 feet, 100 feet, and 150 feet. You can see they support Matter, Apple HomeKit, Google Home, Alexa, as well as SmartThings. You can also see that it has 16 million colors, RGB, as well as a wide range of white colors from warm white 2200K to bright daylight, which is 6500K. All right, let's take a closer look at the pucks here. You can see each one of these lights is in the signature shape for Nanoleaf. That's a hexagon. And in the middle, you can get a better look at that RGB chip. And it's surrounded by 3 warm white LEDs that look actually a little orange. And then the yellower ones are the daylight LEDs. So this can produce any RGB color, and it can produce a whole range of white colors from 2200K to 6500K. And each one of these pucks is 50 lumens each. The power supply is 36 volts, 2 amps. It is ETL and Intertech certified. This is rain tight IP67 for outdoor use. Little tabs on here so that you can mount it and screw it to either your soffit or on the house itself. The controller itself, very light. It's got a plus and a minus on the side and a play button as well as a power button. And one side connects to the power supply and the other side connects to your strings. Also in the box, you get a generous number of extension cords. These extension cables allow you to put space in between your strings, whether it be from one floor to the next or around windows, things like that. Another thing in the box is a splicing kit. These are really interesting because what you can do, if you put your lights across the top of the house and you have extras, you can cut it and put one of these on it. And what this does is it enables you to cut the string, put the wires in here, and then use an extension cord to get down to your next level. All right, this plugs into the extension cord. But this makes it really easy for DIYers to cut them and shorten the strings without ruining your warranty. The strings are 5-meter strings. There are 10 lights per string, so they are spaced at 50 centimeters apart, or about 20 inches. So there's some things about these lights that make them unique, and it's not the lights themselves, it's the form factor. What do I mean by that? Well, they all have the same kind of peel and stick that you'll find on other brands as well, but this one, instead of using some alternate clip to hold the wires, you also have a clip built right onto the bottom of it. You use this to peel and stick where you want it, and then you can drive a couple of screws in wherever they need to be and slide the light back onto it. And there's one other thing that was always a pet peeve of mine about these kinds of lights, and that is seeing the wire. Because no matter how much you pull them tight, that wire is not straight. And my OCD always would hate that. Well, Nanoleaf came out with wire covers built right in that they actually slide right on and snap on like that, and they would hold those wires, conceal those wires, and look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. Anything that is nice and straight like this along your soffit is going to be less visible. This is like a little piece of conduit hiding that wire. I love that. Best feature of all. And there's one other little feature that I think is a great innovation too, and that is a little spacer. So this is not all that innovative, but nobody else seems to include it. So I like it. This, you decide how far away you want these lights to be. Because these lights have a strong, this is a lens that really magnifies that light into a cone, you really want them consistently away from the house. So this little gauge here is by default 4 inches, or you can cut it at 3 inches or 2 inches or anywhere in between if you want. And you hold this up against the wall of your house and position this on the soffit. That's such a great little cardboard improvement. I think that's just wonderful. Oh, and on the back of it, it has centimeters too. So great job, Nanoleaf. Now in the box, you get a full set of screws. They also have a small hex head here, but they give you the bit for it so you can use that in your screwdriver to drive these screws yourself very easily. Much better than Phillips head. In addition, there are some supplemental clips. Now this style of clip is actually used in the middle of the wire cover underneath here to prevent it from sagging from gravity, right? You can see it's a little bit loose. So put a clip in the middle of this and snap it on, and it snaps at both ends and in the middle, and that will stay forever. Now they do have some of this style of clip, although this one is clear. And these are used for if you're using extension cords or something like that and you want to run it vertically up your house, you can use this kind of a thing to hold those kinds of wires, as well as the wires from the power supply too. And they give you some extras of the backing clips as well as some of the stickies, just in case you ruin any of them and you need to put new ones on. All right, let's see. Now I already have the Nanoleaf app because I have other lights in my house. So let's fire this up and see what's going on. I'm going to say add device, and I have to scan the QR code from the bottom of the controller. All right, I'm going to put them on my IoT network. MPOL stands for Multicolor Permanent Outdoor Lights. I'm going to just leave it like that. I don't need to connect to Matter at this point. All right, good, finish. All right, now let's see what we can do here. So they, just like every other Nanoleaf product, they have scenes built in that you can play with. And this is Haunted House, for example. It looks like blood red. This is Jolly Holiday, Northern Lights, Spooky Season, and then Winter Wonderland. Then you can also click plus, and there are tons of palettes that you can choose from. You've got also various different white lights, but you can add a new one if you want. Use a color picker and do whatever you want. Now you've also got the ability to just set the whole thing the same color, but you can also do magic words. So I'm giving it a prompt of green grass. Let's see what it looks like. Sounds good to me. Put that on, I'm going to call it green grass. There you go. You can see by default it's set to this feature called highlight. I can put it to flow. I can put it to fade. Let's see what intertwine does. So you can choose a lot of these things. This is called bounce. That's the lights would bounce back and forth across the house. And of course you can click that little icon there and it shows the speed, seizure warning. Always continue, okay. Yeah, that's a little bit much, isn't it? And you could slow it down. And then if you want, just reset it to default. So once you find exactly what you want it to look like, you can just go ahead and save that and just call it Christmas morning. There you go. And now that you can also favorite it. And then it appears over here in your favorites. And there's an overall brightness at the top and on off. Now from the main screen, you can just click to turn it on and off if you wanted to. You can schedule them, you can do voice control, you can do scenes with other lights that you might have, other Nanoleaf lights. And I'm pretty sure you could probably do scenes with a voice assistant as well, whether it be Google Home or Alexa or your Apple HomeKit. And schedule them depending upon what holiday it is, use a different scene for each holiday. All right, so on the left is the Nanoleaf puck, and on the right is the Govee Pro. Now you can see they are pretty much identical. They both have RGB surrounded by white LEDs, and they both have a bit of an opaque kind of lens on the top. Obviously they both have the same stickies on the bottom, but whereas these lights, the Nanoleaf lights, have these nice clips built into every one of the lights, and of course they have the wire covers. You don't get any of that with the Govees. In fact, the Govees come with the original little clips here that you have to clip over the wires. But I will say one of the other similarities between the two of them is the splicing kit looks very similar. Govee came out with these with the Pro in 2023, and I must say they are really pretty much a copycat version right here. Take a look at that. To do a fair comparison, I stapled the two strings of lights to the edge of a 2x4 and attached it to my soffit. The Govee Pro are on the left and the Nanoleaf are on the right. This is both strings set to their brightest daylight color, and you can see they're both outputting the same 50 lumens of brightness. This is the warmest white they can produce. Nanoleaf's 2200K is slightly warmer than Govee's 2400K, but it can be adjusted to any white in between. The red, green, and blue colors are equally bright and vibrant in both of them. I could hardly tell the difference. And of course, they both have plenty of built-in scenes as well as DIY capabilities to customize the effects. One observation of their standard scenes is that Govee seems to be more animated and flashy. Nanoleaf's effects seem to fade more gracefully. But they can both be customized to whatever look you prefer. I'm just talking about the stock ones out of the box. Now, I normally don't like to give pricing information because it's subject to change all the time, but right now the Govee Pro lights for 100 feet are selling for $399. The same size Nanoleaf kit is selling for $315 for a limited time. They both come with a 3-year warranty. The Nanoleaf, however, is only available in white at this time, and I have no idea if or when they're ever going to release them in black. I think the lights are pretty much identical. It's the installation method and the features, the physical attributes of it, like these wire covers, that just set this one apart. And Nanoleaf, I must say, gets the 2024 award for the most innovative permanent outdoor lights. I suspect that Govee and all the others are probably going to copy them because this is the new standard going forward. Let me know if you agree or disagree by leaving a comment down below. I will leave links to all the products that I've used down in the video description. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Hey there, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon to be the first to know when new videos are posted. Look for HandyDadTV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and visit the website HandyDadTV for more great ideas and information.